Number 17, last problem, another word problem. Brock rode to Grand Rapids together and parked his car for $10. Then he rented an electronic scooter for $5 an hour. Brock spent a total of $25 to park the car and rent the scooter. We want to know how many hours did Brock spend with the scooter. Okay, so define the variable how many hours. So hours is what we're trying to figure out. We don't know how many hours Brock had the scooter. So that's the thing that can vary right now. So we're going to say that the variable is H, which stands for hours. And now we need to turn this English sentence into a math sentence. So the first thing I do is I look for words like total of or is, because that's my equal sign. So total of, so that's going to be equals. Total of 25, so it'll be equal 25. The next thing I do is I look for my variable. We already found that, that's H. So an H will go over here. Notice I always give myself space on either side of the letter. That way, if I have to write more stuff in, I have space to do that. Okay, so the next thing I do after the variable is I look for a rate. So H stands for hours. And when I rent that scooter for hours, how much do they charge me? They charge me $5 for each hour. So for every hour I have the scooter, I have to pay $5. So $5 times the number of hours that I have at 5H. And then finally, there's often like the word and, something that makes me think that there's something extra that I have to pay for. And Brock also had to pay for parking, so that, and the parking cost $10. So plus Brock also had to spend $10 to park the car. We now have an equation, so I'm going to write that over here. So I have that part of the problem done. 5H plus 10 equals 25. So now we want the solution. That just means we need to get H by itself, and then we'll know how many hours Brock scootered for. So let's get H by itself. So let's draw our line going down to separate each side of the equation like we always do. For H to be by itself, we need the 5 to go over here and the 10 to go over here. The 5 is connected to the H. The 10 is not. We always move the one that's not connected first. So now we have just a 5H over here. And over here, 25 minus 10 is 15. So we've got 5H. To get H by itself, this is 5 times H. The opposite of timesing is dividing. So to move this 5, we'll divide each side by 5. The only thing left now is H. So the hours is 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So how many hours did Brock spend with the scooter? Brock rented the scooter for 3 hours. Awesome.